Okay, I'm going to show you the upgraded version of Trinity Trend dashboard. This is the indicator that we run on the left here. It shows the angle of the SMA and it shows you which SMA there and also the stochastic value, and it gives a buy sell signal there and across SMA. And this is the new upgrade. Amazing. Shows you your current open profit or loss on a pair plus your profit for the day and with totals at the bottom. This is an amazing feature that I added, and it will be available to people who already paid for it, and we will just send it to you to upgrade at no cost. That was really, to me, a very big breakthrough, and it really helps you because we only work on one screen. So now you don't have to have 5 charts or 10 charts or whatever. Only have one chart and you can trade on one single chart, because the robot Trinity Hotkey robot on the right here, it's got a chart switcher. This is where you switch your charts. So we look on the left, we see which are the favorables, and then we decide on the right, we're going to click there, and here we can take our trade. I've got a filter on here called stock, off or on. If you switch it off, if you click on it and it's off, then it will actually prevent you from selling in the wrong direction. But I'll leave it on for now. Okay. So here is where we find the pairs which are favorable, and that is what Lindy has been using, and she's almost averaging $50 a day on a live account, and that is a $50 account. And what's more is she had like a drawdown of $6 yesterday, which is truly amazing. And all she basically used are these two tools to see which is the favorable ones and then decide what to trade and when to trade. Here you can see, for instance, I took a silly sell here on a boom and I made a few points there, okay? But let me show you how it works in finer detail. So if we look on this left hand side, okay, by the way, these numbers are from a robot that I'm testing at the moment. The drawdowns are going a bit too high, so I'm trying to get that to be hedged so that we can limit that on, say, 10 or 20 or $30, and then it won't go over. It will freeze it until the price comes back. And here you can see it made from midnight tonight, made $234, but the drawdown is a bit high, especially on that one there. So obviously my robot trades a little bit differently to what we normally do on the 9-point plan. What we basically want to do is we want a rising SMA on boom, and we want a falling SMA on crash. These we can have rising or falling. We really just want to buy on boom because the spikes are big and the bars against us are very small. So we want to buy boom and we want to sell crash. Now, what there you can see I've added a thing called cross SMA. We found, and my good friend Joe in New Zealand, she's actually trading the turns. So as soon as crash turns down, she will take the first bounce up to the 20 or the second one, and those are her most favorite trades, and she's like winning very, very well. At some stage even 30 out of 30. And that's why I've put this cross in here. So if we get a cross here on boom, it means it's crossed upwards. If it's green, if it crosses down, it will be red. So it will not show down crosses on boom. It will not show up crosses on crash. So, but here we will get up and down because it just tells us this thing has turned now. On all these other pairs, they don't have spikes. So the spikes, we only want to buy boom, We only want to sell crash, and that is why I've put those crosses in there. So let's have a look now. We want, you see this here tells me a buy. Why? Let me show you. The SMA is pointing up and the stochastic is sitting at 0. If the stochastic is below the lowest level, lower level, which I'm at 40 at this stage, and 60 the higher level, then it's favorable to buy. My experience, and you can go back and check your losses. If you check your losses, you will see mostly of them. If you bought above, say, um, above the 40 level, 20 level, 30 level, thereabouts, you're most likely to lose. If you sell on the opposite side, you're going to lose. So what we want to do, we want to buy when stochastic are low. We want to sell when the stochastic are high. And that's where when we get these arrows. And you can switch on the alert. There is an alert that you can switch on and it will ding dong. I've switched it off for now so that I don't get disturbed too much in the presentation. So, but it's very easy to change that. I'm just going to go into my indicator, Control I, Trinity Trend Dashboard. By the way, it is serial number controlled. It takes your account number, apply my magic number formula to it, and if you don't have the correct serial number, it will not work on your account. And here you can see the alerts. I think they're right at the bottom here. Let me see where I put them. Alert true or false. It should actually be high up. Where is my true or false here? I've moved it. Oh, there. Allow alerts. There we go. Allow alerts. I've made it false. If you say true, right, it will ding dong if your volume is up, and it will come up with a screen to tell you which pair has just given a buy sell signal or just crossed the SMA. And that's basically the alert you will get. So if you're busy and you just want to look now and again when you hear a ding dong, then alerts are nice. Now in my presentation, I'm going to leave it at false, but that's where you switch it on and off. And here you can see my stock levels, 40 and 60. And there's a SMA period. So you can choose which period. I have found, to be very honest with you, that the SMA 50 is more reliable and not as fast, especially in boom and crash, than on the 20. Okay, so look here, if I make it now 50, then you will see what's going to happen. Let's go 50 here, and we click OK. Right, now you will see that that dashboard will change. See, the things are now changing, and it will now write to you that it's using the SMA 50. It's just rebuilding at the moment. Let me just click here quickly. It's rebuilding. Let me just go back there. Okay, there it's rebuilt, and we're ready. Now this gives you the SMA 50. Now I don't have an SMA 50 on here, have I? No, that's a 20. No, I don't. I'm going to add a 50. Why? Okay, just want to show you a little trick. Above here, there's a tiny, a bit hidden behind my line there. There is a chart shift there. With that, you can change your chart. If it's underneath the panel here, you can change it a bit left and right. I'm going to change it a little bit more left. So I'm going to move it a bit left. Now you can see my chart now changes a bit to the left there. Oh, come on. There we go. There you can see I'm dragging it. Can you see it's moved it now? Now it will stay here. I've put the auto scroll on. You can right click and you can go auto scroll on, or you can, if you have it at the top here, you can just click the auto scroll there. Now that's basically to move the chart. So let's work on the 50, and I'm just going to quickly insert the 50 moving average. I'll do that as a white line. Moving average. Always use the simple because there's nothing applied to it. It's very nice. There's a white. That's good. Okay, there we go. So it will now. This is the 50. So you can see now we are in boom 600. And if you look at boom 600 there, it's got 90 minus 51, and that's about what you have there. It's not very accurate, okay, but it's accurate enough to guide us to see which pairs are the best to look at now. So at the moment you can see there, boom 900, it's got a little up arrow. What does it mean? It means the 50 is pointing up, very little, but it's up. Okay, there it's changed now because this changes every minute. If you're on the minute chart, this changes every minute. If you're on the 2 minute, it'll change every 2 minutes, and so on. So I like to play boom and crash on the minutes. So let's put it on the M1 there. Let's see now. The boom 500 is pointing up. You're going to see a lot of trades there. I will suppress it a bit quickly. Boom 500, there we go. Let's click on boom 500. We click there and you will actually then see all my trades that's open. You can see I've been selling on the way up there. So let me just suppress those so that it doesn't confuse us. I can hide the trade levels and I can hide the history. There we go. So now you see now this is on the way up. This will just rebuild soon now. This is on the way up and it's a good place to buy even though there's a little thing there. So we can either click on buy or we can press the B. So let me press a B key. I think I've got a bit of a lag now on my internet here. Sorry people. We sometimes get a bit of lag on our Wi-Fi for some reason, and I've been complaining and they haven't come back to me. Okay, it didn't take it, so let me, you see, I can either press B for buy, S for sell, or C for close, right? And, or I can click on it. Depends on what you like. I like to use the keyboard, so let me use a buy. Yep, I'm very lagging now. Let me just try and refresh. I'm sorry about this. Okay, let me just go, just switch and come back a bit. Okay, on the M2. There we go. There we go. There we rebuilt. Okay. So if I press buy now, B for buy, then it will buy. Or if I click here buy, it will buy. Which it doesn't do. Why not? I think I've got a glitch on my thing now. Why? I can't say why. Let me see if I do now. It doesn't. Okay, let me see. Algo trading on. I just want to quickly check something here. Yeah, I've put the algo on. Yeah, it is on. I'm not sure why it's not responding now. Oh, you know what? I've put it to shut to not to show the trade levels, so now it won't show them. Okay, let me rather use a keyword. I'm not trading. Let's go to crash 2. That's also got a trade on it. I'm looking for a up there. The only ones up here. Okay, let me just go to one of these. Let's go to the volatility 25 just to show you. By the way, the robot all the time tells you there what is the lot, the minimum lot, and you can say that you want to trade 2 times mini lots or 3 times mini lots, and it'll automatically default. So you'll never use the wrong lot size if you want to trade mini lots. So in this case, let's say we want to buy here. I can click buy, before buy, and it should come up with a, let me just put my trade levels on again. There we go. There is my buy. You can see there, and it's put my take profit there. At the take profit is put at ATR times 1.5, and my ATR loss is put at 7. Okay, so if I draw down here a bit, you will see there's my stop loss at the bottom, but you can drag it if you want to. So if it's too close, you just go on it, hover on it, and you can drag it up or down. Okay, the same with the TP in this case. And the nice thing here, just have a look here. Here it shows you the open profit or loss for this pair. You can see this trade I just put in has already made 6 cents. 9 cents now. And then my profit for this pair for the day, you can see there I had a loss of 5 cents already. And there's the profit for the day on all the pairs. Just shows it all the time, and it also shows you the number of buys you got in, etc. And then the profit target and the open profit loss. There we go. This is updated for every chart you click on. So now I can walk away. It's either going to hit a take profit or it's going to hit a stop loss. Let's look at volatility 75. It's got an up arrow there. Volatility, that means it's pointing up and the stochastic are low. Can you see? 50 is pointing up, stochastic low. Should be a good buy. Let's do a buy. We press B for buy. Ding dong, there it is, easy, and either going to be a profit there or a stop loss here. Let's look at, okay, BTC USD, I'm not showing. It's a bit, my screen is a bit small. I've got a little 14. There we go, there we got it at the bottom. I can draw it down a little bit more. And there's BTC USD, so let's click on it. BTC USD has got a down arrow. Let's look if we like it. That's a very good place to sell. It's bouncing off the 50. 50 is pointing down. Stochastic is on the top region. So I'll press S for sell. My screen is freezing up a bit, man. I think it's with the recording. I've only got a small laptop. Let me try again here. I'm sorry about this delay. It doesn't happen normally. It's only when I'm recording. Let me just go down here to the M1 again. If I display in full, okay, there. Let's press an S. Okay, there. It took the cell there. There it took the cell. So it will go take profit there and a stop loss above there. So let's say you want to move that stop loss above this swing. Then all you have to do is just go on it there, double click on the line when it's got that little arrow, double click and then just drag it up. Come on, yeah, there it is. We dragged it up a little bit and down at the bottom. You know what? I've actually had two trades here. So let's drag both. With that delay there, I had a double take. Normally on the PC, I don't have this problem. Okay, and I want this take profit here a little bit higher because they normally go for it and just turn just before it. So I like it a little bit before the swing low, my take profits, and I like my stop losses a bit after the previous swing. And in that case, if you went very close here, you're most likely going to be hit by a stop. Okay, so let's look at another chart. There we've got step index, we've got 10, it's pointing up. Why is it pointing up? Let's have a look. Because your moving average is slightly up and your stochastic is at the low. Could be a good buy, but it's on its way down. I wouldn't like to go for a buy. Yeah, so you always have to eyeball. I could never code an eyeball into my robots, even though I try. There's a volatility 10. I'm just going to show you one more. I think we've got about everything covered here. Volatility 10 looks like a bounce off the 50. And 50 is pointing up. Stochastic is low. If I press B for buy, it should buy now. There it is. And it bought. Now the take profit is there, which is a good place. My stop loss is further down. If I drag my screen down on the side here, if I double click there and drag, then I will see my stop at the bottom. There's the stop at the bottom, you see. Okay, let's look at Boom 300. By the way, Boom 300 and Crash 300, I wouldn't play. They are vicious because look at Boom 300, it's one lot, you see there. And your Crash 300 is 50 cents. But they really go quickly against you or they give good profit. So let's look at Boom 300. I'll click on it once here. There's Boom 300. Boom 300, a buy. 20 is pointing up, 50 is pointing down. I don't think so. I have found that if I put the indicator and the robot on the same chart, that it sometimes slows me down. You know, I get a bit of a lag, like you've been seeing now. So the trick that I've done is I'll put the indicator on a separate chart and just keep it on the side, and I'll put the um, the robot on one chart. So indicator one chart, robot one chart. That makes it easier. I can show you how to do that. Let me show you. I'm going to remove the indicator here. Okay, I'm deleting that, so it should go off. I just want to take the dashboard off. I forgot to remove all the things that the robot after indicator panes. I'm just want to deleting that quickly. Okay, this will rebuild. The robot will rebuild. I'll show you now. Refresh, rebuild, refresh. The robot will quickly rebuild there. There we go. The robot rebuild. But my indicator stayed. I will do a separate video on setup that I will show you just the setting up, how to set it up in two different charts. It will really make you much faster. Okay, do you think this is a good place to buy? Let's take a buy, B for buy, and Y. Can you see now that my TP is very close? On the buy, on the B and C, I've got it very close, and on the normal others I've got it far away. You want to hit, if you get a spike now, you want it to hit your take profit, and there's your stop loss. If you're not happy with it there, drag it a bit further down. Just drag it a bit down. Go on it, double click, drag down. It's easier with the mouse. I'm on the sliding pad now. There we go. Okay, so now it's either going to hit a spike there, or it's going to hit my stop loss at the bottom. And you can see where it goes. Can you see how quickly one little bar is already minus $3? By the way, if you want to close at any stage, you just hit the close there, or you press C. Just watch that close. Done. And now it's recorded the loss for the day so far, and it gives updated here every time. Alright, I'm going to stop the video here and I will put it on YouTube. This is really, once you know how this is working, it's magic. You don't have to watch all the charts. You see here, those are good to buy, good to buy, good to sell, good to sell, good to sell, good to sell. It really helps you not to go against the stochastic. Go back on all your losses. You will see if you sold and lost, your stochastic wasn't at the high. Finish and call. 80% of your losses will be like that. Okay? All right? Enjoy.